It's Brian Preston, the money guy.
Tina has a question for you guys. She says, I'm a stay-at-home mom. Should I even worry about my Roth IRA when my husband makes over $150K a year and maxes out his 401k already? We also have over $1.5 million in investments. Ooh. So she's kind of like, what should I be doing? Should I even worry about this?
So Brian, you have an interesting thought on this. There's a thing I think that you're going to talk about that I think is interesting. But one of the things that I would say to Tina is we love, like when you talk about the financial order of operations and you get to step 5 and we're talking about tax-free saving opportunities and you have your Roth IRA and you have your HSA and you say, you know what? My husband's already maxing out his 401k and he's already maxing out his Roth IRA. So right there, I know that $6,000, soon to be $6,500 is going into a Roth every year for your husband. You know what's cooler than $6,000 of tax-free money going into accounts? $12,000 of tax-free money going into accounts. That's one of the beautiful things that's available for couples where one of the spouse stays at home. Even if you don't have an earned income, even if you're not out there working, generating income outside of the household, you can still do what's called a spousal IRA. So long as your spouse makes over $12,000 a year, he or she can fund an IRA, and then you can also fund an IRA, which is an amazing opportunity for you guys as a household to continue to build tax-free dollars. I don't know if her question was around that or more, hey, does it make sense for me to have assets in my name?
Yeah, I do think it's important because a lot of people probably don't realize, because they know when you hear Roth money, Roth IRA money, you have to have earned income. That is very true. However, your spouse's income applies to you having earned income. So make sure you're not leaving that money on the table because Bo's exactly right. $6,000 going into a Roth IRA is awesome. $12,000 is even better. And this gets to the second point of where Bo was going is that, look, when you get to estate planning, and then I'm going to tell you just personally, I think this is a good objective to have. There's what's called asset splitting. It's nice if you can try to balance, because remember, we get huge federal exemptions on your estate taxes for both spouses in the marriage. And it's not uncommon that the working spouse will start stacking money up in the fact that their employer plan is going to probably be the first account to cross 7 figures. That's what all the research shows on millionaires. But the non-working spouse, you don't want to get in a situation where you have no money in your name. Because I know in my own household, we had an issue where, not all marriages work out. And I know there was some insecurity that, when we go over the annual net worth statement, my wife was like, hey, I'd love to see more assets.
Why does my column look different?
Yeah, I'd like to have some assets in my name. And I could tell that this was something that was bothering her. So I wanted her to have more money in her name so that there was some asset splitting there. Not because I thought anything was wrong in the marriage, but this was good from an estate planning standpoint. But it was also, I could tell it gave her peace of mind to know that we had a strategy for also building up wealth and assets in her name. So that's probably something else, Tina, that could maximize that Roth IRA, but then also maximize, because if you already have $1.5 million, I don't know, Tina didn't give her age. I don't think so, but $1.5 million is impressive. $1.5 million on 150,000 is showing that there's obviously discipline, wealth building. The compounding growth is going to make this exponentially bigger, where eventually down the road we could have an estate planning issue. Why not go ahead and get ahead of the curve on that by focusing on where you have opportunities to build some assets also up in both spouses' names?
I love it.